Hello and welcome back.
The Two Girls Drink Beer.
Quarantine edition.
Today, we are going to drink beer and have a Q&A, kind of like our first episode.
Yep. Christina decided to wear a running shirt, which she probably hasn't been able to do. Have you been running? No. And I've decided to do this. If I have to sneeze or cough, I will be doing it in here.
When you put your head back in there, it won't be fun.
Okay.
All the sneezies.
Oh, all the sneezies.
So, the people have spoken.
They
Danielle.
have spoken. If you've seen our poll on our Instagram, Two Girls Watch TV pod? Yes, pod. The people have decided that Christina should drink the goose.
The goose.
The Next Coast IPA. We've done this before on the podcast.
Yeah. We've done the goose. What do you have?
So I didn't check my polls really because I put up the Ironbound cider or the Guinness, and there is currently no more Guinness in my house, so I had to drink the Ironbound cider.
Ooh, I checked your polls, and I was one of the last people to vote, and I think the Ironbound won anyway. And two, this is the first time we've had a hard cider on the show.
Is it beer?
Comment down below.
This is their Pinelands Rosé.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Ready with the glass. You're like freaking, what's her name? Freaking Rachel Ray. She beats up the chicken, puts it in the oven, and then underneath is a trick stove, and it's fully cooked, and you're like, da.
That's your cooking shows. Actually, I was just watching. I shouldn't touch my face. I was just watching Bon Appetit, and they were making the easy chocolate cake, and he had a trick. He had a second cake that was already baked and ready to go, ready to be iced.
Tricksters.
And you gotta...
Oh, it's makeup, right. It's weird not pouring half in.
Yep, you got the full beer.
I got the full beer.
What is that, a keg from college?
I got too excited here.
You did. Do you want me to start with my taste test?
Yeah, do your taste test while I figure out what I'm doing.
Okay, so this is not showing it properly, but it's a lovely, pinkish color. I am not drinking this correctly because I poured this probably an hour ago, so it's a little bit warm.
Cheers.
Clink.
Sound effects by Stina.
Not to crap on Ironbound cider. It sounds better than it tastes.
The label looked nice, too.
Yeah, I mean, I had high hopes for it. Did it meet those high hopes? No. Is it still okay? It's still okay.
Did you judge the book by its cover?
Oh, 100%.
That's not the first time I've heard that about a rosé cider. And if any of our listeners have had one that they really enjoyed, let us know and we'll try it. Is it Angry Orchard has a rosé? Everybody else I know that's had it has said, bleh.
I think I have had that before, actually. I feel like I was going to a lake and I saw it in a Walmart and I was like, perfect. And I think it was kind of meh, too. Maybe I just don't like rosé ciders. I think that's the bottom line.
I'm wondering if rosé is not a cider thing. I think if you're going to mix wine and cider, it should be Moscato.
Well, are they mixing wine and cider? Is that what they're doing? Or it's just a rose version of cider? This is...
Your internet is not lagging. I just have no words. As you all know, I'm very much enjoying my West Coast IPA. Next, I always call it West Coast. This is like the Diplomat all over again.
Oh my God, it's the politician.
I know it is.
It's like your mother last night was stool.
My mother, for those of you who don't know, which is most of you, my mom had a virtual birthday party last night. So I made a cake and we cut it and everybody was on Zoom and we all sang to her. Maybe we'll perfect it.
By your birthday.
Well, that's the next one. But then Rosie's birthday is a week after. So I'm thinking by Rosie's we'll really have it down bad.
Got it down.
So, Danielle, what has been one thing you found particularly useful other than toilet paper during this quarantine? Had to make a toilet paper joke.
Gotta. My Instant Pot, I have been cooking a lot in it, making a lot of soups. We got this little, like, high stool table thing in our living room, which has like stools underneath it. You're able to like store things away. It has shelves and everything. And that is my new stand up, sit down desk that I never knew that I needed in my life. So now I have a stand up, sit down desk.
I sit on this couch a lot and I grade papers. I get up and I'm like, I forgot I have legs, and I'm like ready to just like fall right on the floor. I have found Poshmark particularly useful during this quarantine. And let me tell you that I bought so many Athleta clothing. I also bought a black Lily dress. Yes, Poshmark. However, you have to sit with your legs crossed, which I think is why this person gave it away. It is like a stiff board and like
2005 Britney Spears getting out of a car, paparazzi style.
So I perfected it. My mom was like, why don't you she's like, why don't you sit in front of the mirror and see if you still like the dress?
Oh my God. Maybe you should just wear shorts underneath it.
I have to. I have to go Catholic schoolgirl style and wear shorts under my skirt.
Yep.
But I sat down and I was like, there are all the things that I own. So I crossed my legs.
And you were golden.
But then getting up, right, is a challenge. So you have to get up with your legs crossed. And the leg that's crossed over has to hit the ground first.
Yep.
So my mom's like, well, why don't you think about it? And I was like, no, I just need to practice getting up and sitting down like a champion. Yeah, it's still a circus here.
In your sitcom, that needs to be a skit.
Netflix, hire me. Let's go. What is one self-discovery that you've had?
The first week, I was all in about this.
Yes.
But now, I wish I was outside. You know? Like, where I thought that I would be golden and ready to sleep for 500 years and just, like, be in this apartment, now I'm hitting a point where I'm like, okay, I'm done with this.
I think particularly for you and people who live in apartment buildings, it's a bit more challenging because you have that general area where everybody goes, like to the mailboxes or to leave the building and touches the doorknobs, and there's such a greater chance of you at risk outside of the 600 to 700 feet that is your apartment, where if you go out of that, you're in contact with so many people. Whereas like the other day, this is kind of a sad thing. So I don't know if you all know, but my dog passed away in October. And one of these mornings this week, I said, you know what, I think I just need to go outside. I went by myself. I put a coat on in the morning. I took my coffee. I put my coffee in a tumbler. And I have this hat, courtesy of Tiffany, that has Bluetooth speakers in it. And I listened to a podcast, and I walked around the block a few times by myself. But it was the first time I walked around the block without my dog. I think it was the first time where I was like, okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so that was like we had visited a little foster thing right before this whole shutdown to see if we could foster a dog.
Yeah.
That's the most Jersey thing I could say. I'd like to foster a dog.
Foster a dog.
And, we were excited, but then I went home and I was like, maybe, I don't know if I'm ready quite yet. But then, the walk around the block, it was more of like a reminiscing walk and not like a walk.
We've all had those walks. It's very interesting to walk around the streets of Hoboken because it's an older city and a lot of the streets are narrow and there are so many people. It's very interesting. Before, people did not care and they would run you over. Now there's like a waiting period and everyone's like very aware of 6 feet in front of you and around you. So like,
what has been your go-to Quarantini?
Oh, it's the same as it always is. It's wine. I've been doing this thing where I've been getting a bottle of white and a bottle of red, but it's only been for me. And I like set up a little table and look out my window because it's my scenes from an Italian restaurant. So it's been Matua, a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. And then the red has been Seven Moons. It's a red blend.
I've been having a little bit of everything. 3 White Claws.
You gotta.
Happy birthday to my mom.
Hey, your mom with her giant Bloody Mary, so.
The celery stick, it was like straight out of some ridiculous Monty Python skit. Like the glass was this big, but the celery stalk was like out of camera. I had made coffee once, and I have this mint chocolate cream liqueur. I took a shot of it, and instead of putting milk in my coffee, I just took that shot, gave a little stir. Oh, I have this sweet white wine. It just says white blend. And it came with a white elephant gift from Christmas. And the Christmas gift is like a wine tumbler with a lid. And it says on it, it's like a faucet. And it says, Jesus touched my water again.
So many, like, religious tchotchkes.
My favorite is the soap dispenser that my mom bought. We have yet to use it. I think it says, like, wash your hands and say your prayers because Jesus and germs are everywhere.
Yep.
I put that on a t-shirt. Oh, and the wine, the sweet white wine is called Tears of Gettysburg.
Ooh, interesting.
Interesting is a good word. It's a very good wine, and I feel awful saying, have you had Tears of Gettysburg? It's so good, but it's a good wine. What's your biggest help staying motivated at home?
Motivated in what sense?
Motivated to work, motivated to do things, because I feel like sometimes I get to the point when I'm home so much where I'm just like, I could do anything. I could read, I could watch TV, and I'm like, when I get to the point where I say to myself, I don't feel like watching TV, I'm like, something's wrong, you know?
So I've been having some troubles actually like turning off at night, and I haven't really been sleeping well. And melatonin, actually, you want to add to my list of things that I've found really helpful, melatonin, because I'll get to a point where I just wind up tossing and turning and like thinking about work and things that I have to do, and I can't shut it off. And it's because like my work is now in my living room. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I grade papers almost every night now. So what are you doing to stay motivated?
Gotta go. Bye, guys. No, I'm kidding. Take a nap, or maybe just to walk outside. I don't know. I really don't know at this point. I don't have any good tips. Do you have any tips for me how to stay motivated?
I do. I don't know if you're going to like them, but I do.
Tell me.
I give myself a routine every morning. So every morning I still get up, brush my teeth, wash my face. I don't put on a full face of makeup, but I do put on mascara.
Yeah.
And the night before, I end up wearing, I mean, I have like a dry fit and like leggings on and like running shoes. But I work out throughout the day. So I always wear workout clothes or clothes that I can work out in. And I pick my clothes out, even if it's just like sweats and a dry fit. I pick it out the night before. Yeah. Down to my underwear, it's all picked out. If I can, I take a 20 to 30 minute nap in the middle of the day. Yeah. And I do little workouts throughout the day. So, like, I have a foam roller. So, in the morning, I try to, like, roll everything out. HIIT workouts, the high-intensity interval training. And they're, like, 7 minutes long, and you do, like, 2 or 3 of them. So, like, I'll grade, like, 4 or 5 papers, and then I'll do 7 minutes. And then I'll grade 4 or 5 more, and maybe I'll do 5 minutes of yoga. If I feel like I'm sitting for too long, like, more than 2.5 hours, I'll get up and, like, do something. There's only so many times where I can like refocus if I go on YouTube and then come back. I got to get up, walk away, and come back.
I've been doing that. I think that I need to start doing yoga. Hit up Yoga with Adrienne.
Yoga with Adrienne.
She's the best.
She doesn't know who we are, but we love her.
Oh, her dog was just in the background. Benji. Ugh.
She's like very good about like working with you where you are. And then also in the middle of them, it's not like every day we're going to like stick our legs behind our head, right? It's like, it's a balance.
Thank you for bearing with us through this Skype quarantine edition, Two Girls Drink Beer.
Yes. And also, if you have questions, email us because we will use your questions next week as part of our bit. Otherwise, I'm going to come up with some more lame questions and you're going to have to deal with it. And on that note,
bye, guys.
Follow us at all the things below. Keep your heads up. We're in this together, and we can make it.
We got
2020 in a bag. Let's go. I'm going to keep this in there. Yikes.